The areas in red here show where Russia is now in full control. Well, we'll have more on the battle for Kharkiv, the country's second largest city. But first, our international correspondent Oleg Guerin reports on the Russian advance to the capital.
In broad daylight, danger just outside the window. This is the town of Borodyanka, about 25 miles from Kiev. As the Russians advance on the city, they are leaving a trail of destruction.
They know nothing about our capital, about our history, but they have an order to erase our history, to erase our country, to erase us all.
And here, west of Kiev, the aftermath of a deadly missile attack in the town of Zhytomyr. The target may have been an air base nearby, but family homes were destroyed. Oleg Rybak stands calmly in the rubble, but he has lost his wife. She was the light of my life, he says. She's the best thing that's happened to me. But I'm trying to keep myself together because of one reason. I still have parents and a daughter.
They're telling people to stay inside, shooting in the air. You hear the sounds. And
a glimpse of street-to-street fighting in Kherson on the Black Sea. Tonight, Russia appears to have captured the port city. The mayor says he just asked for people not to be shot. And in the capital today, sirens wail in deserted streets that echo fear and dread. So Lilia Romanova and her daughters have gotten used to going below ground. Victoria and Olena have learned how to dress quickly and run, and how to play war games.
On the second day, the children woke up and made pistols with their Lego to kill the enemy. Our elder daughter doesn't remember dancing anymore. They say they must kill. It shouldn't be like this. It can't be like this. People are dying. Cities are on fire. It's not normal. But I will not leave my country. I will not move. Neither will my children.
In the face of all this, as war closes in, Lilia is doing what parents do, trying to put on a brave face for the sake of her girls.
You keep yourself in hand until the very last moment. When you hear the national anthem and you start to cry. Even children are singing it, young children. And that's the moment when you can't control yourself. And you don't want your children to see you crying, because they are worried and they start crying with you.
Lilia shows me photos of better days, when her daughters wore party dresses and won prizes for dancing. Olena will be 4 soon and knows she won't get a birthday present. She told her mum, "That's okay, you can get me one later." Victoria remains silent. Her childhood changed forever. Orla Guerin, BBC News, Kiev.
Well, in the eastern Ukraine city of Kharkiv, that has been hit by sustained rocket fire and airstrikes, killing 21 people and injuring more than 100. The city's centre has been reduced to rubble. Russian airborne troops landed before dawn, and there are reports of heavy street fighting. The Ukrainian authorities say some Russian planes have been shot down. Many of the city's residents have fled south to Dnipro, from where Sarah Rainsford reports a warning there are some distressing images in her story.
A university folding in flames. in a war that's against all logic and reason. The attack on Kharkiv is intensifying with every day, and these targets are not military at all. The city council was hit today, a whole street left in ruins. And from the wreckage of people's homes, rescuers bring out a survivor. It's why so many in Kharkiv have moved underground to hide in basements and bunkers. We spoke to Paulina's parents yesterday, the 3-year-old whose cancer medicine is running out. Today, her family made a dash across town to the station, anxious to get their girl, who's already been through so much, to safety. When I called her mum, Ksenia, she told me there were so many people at the station, she didn't know whether they'd make it onto a train.
We're really worried. I'm always scared I'm doing the wrong thing, either staying at home or coming here where there's a huge crowd. We just go back and forth, and I have no idea what's right.
And the danger zone is growing. This hospital was hit in the southeast. But in Melitopol, a town supposedly under Russian control, Ukrainians are refusing to be cowed. But nerves are being tested across this region. Here in Dnipro, we found families trying to evacuate their youngest and most vulnerable. This war now getting too close for comfort.
This train has just pulled into the station, and all this crowd know is that it is supposed to be heading west, and so they've been shoving forward. One man's just shouting that the women and children come through first, but there is chaos here, people desperate to get on board.
Now be here because within few days and here maybe as Kiev, Kharkiv, so I think better to live.
I love you, this father tells a child. He'll now stay to face the Russian troops. No one can hide their emotion today. I asked this man where he's sending his family. To a better life, he says, then swears at those who have caused all this suffering. Outside, we found a family who've just emerged from their bomb shelter, now trying to flee abroad. Dasha breaks down, telling me they don't want to abandon this city, but she doesn't want to see her children see people getting killed. Her own mother says they've left everything. After 65 years in this town, she has no idea whether she'll be back. Dnipro isn't under attack, but to its people, the risk of that feels very real. Ukraine is still resisting, pushing back, but it's trying to protect everyone it can. Sarah Rainsford, BBC News, Dnipro.